Hi, my name is Samra. Welcome to season 1 of Sexpert Talks, Healing and Empowerment Through Sexuality, Pleasure, and Relationships. Today, I'm joined by Sasha Cueto. Sasha is a sex coach, and today she is going to talk about connecting the power of the heart and the pussy. Wow.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Samra, for this introduction. And yeah, the power of our heart and our pussy. I think that as one of the most impressive things I ever read was this theory that we women have two hearts. Our upper heart that connects to emotions and to sensations, heart centers, right? Because we just have one anatomical heart, but these heart centers, and that we have another heart center that is our pussy, and that they kind of interact with each other. One opens the door to the other, one creates a safe space for the other. We can be open. we can create this sacred space for our heart to bloom, and for that we need to actually connect to our pussy, which is one aspect of ourselves that has been so long neglected and has been so long ignored, and that we definitely need in order to reclaim our true power, our true essence. And that is my invitation and what my work is based on, reclaiming this wisdom of our pussies, this wisdom of our bodies, where everything that we need is already encoded, where all of our desires have a purpose, have a reason to be, and where everything makes sense, because we are just in a society that teaches us to be just like from the belt up, like from the belt down is dirty and it's nasty and it's obscene and it's sinful, and then from the belt up is fine and it's divine and it's who we really are. Connecting both sides of us actually is an act of rebellion and is an act of becoming one whole present person.
That's beautiful. I love that, an act of rebellion to connect these two parts. Beautiful. So in your experience, in working with women and your own experience, what causes this disconnect between the two hearts, as you mentioned them?
First of all, it's fear. We women have been severely punished and conditioned into ignoring our sexuality. We have been punished literally, as in women being born for many years back in the day, in what is encoded in our DNA as memories, for reclaiming our wisdom. Women who were connected to the earth, to the magic of the earth, and therefore to the magic of giving birth joyfully, to the magic of giving pleasure and feeling pleasure in their bodies, were treated as whores, were stoned to death, were born, were punished, were treated as adulterous, sinful witches. Even before the Dark Ages, even before the Inquisition, we were exterminated for being connected to our sexuality. We were treated as possessions ever since patriarchy took over matriarchal societies. We were treated as possessions because this power was feared by men. Because a woman that is connected to her sexuality and that owns her sexuality is a woman that is powerful. It's a woman that is connected to her wisdom, is connected to her drive, and who is unstoppable. And there's nothing more scary for a system that thrives on treating women as possessions, as a woman that is empowered by her own choices. And this has been going on for millennia. It's been 5,000 years of this situation. So we've been taught to be scared. Even now, in the 21st century, when a woman reclaims her body, like we do as sex coaches, there is always this man that goes like, oh yeah, you like the dick, so I'm sure you want me. And you know, we get like this harassment that it's scary in a cellular level, because we have dealt with that for so long. We know what it carries. It's not just the desire of a man, which we are fine with, is that sense of possession. So we are scared. We learn to play small. We learn to disconnect. We learn to be afraid of that power, because we know that the moment in which we reclaim it, we are whores, we are witches, we're dangerous, we are there for somebody else's use and fun and pleasure.
Yeah. Wow, amazing, powerful. Yeah. So fear is the main cause of disconnection between the two hearts of the woman. So what would you advise if a woman wants to start this path of connecting the heart and the pussy? What are some of the things that she can start doing?
First of all, acknowledging that there is so much stored in there. Like, it's not going to be, you know, a ride in the park. There is so much stored in our pussies. There is pain that it's ours, and there is pain that it's our mothers and our grandmothers and so on. So there is pain stored in there. When we connect to a partner, there is fear, there is pain that might not even make sense to us, but that exists. So it takes courage. It takes courage to step into that place in ourselves where we remember, when we feel, when we are present with everything that comes through, when we just dare to listen. So that it's first that awareness that it's going to be deep. It's a deep dive of healing our lineage, but it's necessary, because if we don't do it now, we're going to keep on giving this pain to our children. We're going to continue this lineage of pain and sorrow and belonging to somebody else and disconnection. And this disconnection is disempowering. We need to reclaim our power now in order to make a shift, in order to change the world, because this destruction of the planet is related to that same thing. It's related to this disconnection from pleasure, to this abuse, to this ownership of everything feminine, including the earth. So we need to step up and recognize that this is a revolution, that we are fighting for our lives and the lives of those that come after us, and for the life of the planet where we are standing. This reconnection is a revolution. And in that, the very first specific step is learning to acknowledge our yes and our no. Because we have been indoctrinated into forcing our own pussies into saying yes and receiving things that we don't want to receive, into being weak, into saying yes when we really want to say no, into, as somebody said in a post I just recently wrote, pity fucking people, right? Like doing things because we feel like we need to, into doing things for fear of any any setback, for fear of being attacked if we say no. So we need to recognize and to stop this rape that we put ourselves into with our own hands. Like, so how many times have we allowed our partner, to penetrate us when we are not ready, or put on a tampon when we are not ready, or our pussy is sore or tired, or a cup. I use a menstrual cup, and there are times in which my body was just like, I'm tired, please don't put this inside of me right now. And you go like, no, but I have to, because I have to go. It's like we just tell our pussy, shut up and take it. And this shut up and take it is the same attitude that has been imposed on us for thousands of years. So the first step is stopping the shut up and take it mentality, and reclaiming the, okay, let me listen to my body. What is my body really craving? Is it a yes or is it a no? And that question, just the moment of stopping and questioning, do I want it or not? Am I ready or not? Is it a yes or a no? Is the first and most powerful step we can take, because we're asking. And even if at first we don't really know how to listen, because for so long we haven't listened, eventually we're going to start listening. Eventually there's a moment in which it's going to come clearly, a clear yes, a clear no, and we're going to go like, okay, my body doesn't want this. Okay, my body is really craving to go for this. And the same goes for every aspect of our lives, because the way in which we live our sexuality is the way in which we live everything. So when we say yes to pleasure and no to something we don't want, we are saying that to everything in life. Okay, I'm going to pursue my dreams because I'm craving that, or I'm going to stop doing something that it's killing me because my body doesn't want this anymore. So it's the way in which we live this down below, we live everything.
Yeah. Beautiful. Oh, that's so powerful. That's amazing. Beautiful. So it's about listening to our pussy, saying yes, allowing our pussy to say yes and saying no when she doesn't want to, and just learning to go with the flow of what our body wants. Yeah, beautiful. Excellent. And since you also do practices with JTAG and are a JTAG coach, what is the role of the JTAG? How does the JTAG help in this process of connecting the pussy and the heart?
Oh, that's a beautiful question. Thank you for asking that, because the JTAG for me personally represents the energy of the heart. The energy of the heart is this green, beautiful energy. And also the jade for the Mayans, because this practice is Chinese. It comes from Taoist tradition, but the jade was also a sacred stone for the Mayans, where I come from. I for the Mayans or for the Mesoamerican cultures. And it's where I come from. I am Mexican. So for us, jade is sacred. It's the stone that came from the heavens, and it's the stone that speaks like a heart. It's a big heart. So when I started doing this practice, what I understood was that jade, that I later learned in Taoist practice, is yang. It's a very yang energy. Jade connects to the heart energy, that is yang in women, which is an energy that conquers. Because women, when we want something, we go and conquer that. It's like we have a heart that goes for it, right? And so we have this go for it heart energy, that is the jade. And then it connects all the way down to our pussy. It's like it closes the cycle. So I learned to make love to myself from my heart to my pussy. I created this cycle of pussy love, in which the jade became an extension of my heart, and it healed my pussy, and it gave my pussy this feedback, because at the end it's about connecting to your pussy, right? The power is not in the stone. This was a metaphor that I recognize and enjoy, but you can do this with any material, if it's safe for internal use. But the power comes in this feedback. I learned to connect my love, my heart, my intention, and to be present with my pussy, with what she was saying, to seduce her into healing, to learn how to feel her, to learn how to listen to my muscles. When she wanted she would just crave it, and I would go in the day like, oh my God, I just need to get home and put my F in. It was a craving. So I learned to listen to her craving, and I learned to listen to her no, when she was like, I don't want it now. And I learned to listen to her pleasure and to explore her pleasure, because that is the next step. Okay, we know yes and no. Now what? Now comes pleasure. Now comes joy. And that is what the JTAG practice generates, and a flow of pleasure and a flow of orgasmic energy that moves through your body. So how wonderful it is to just use a tool. So you don't depend on anybody else. You don't depend on a man, on even a dildo, or you just use your, and the batteries of a dildo. You just use this beautiful tool. Eventually you can do this without the tool, but the tool teaches you, because of the feedback that it gives, to create pleasure. To be the one that creates pleasure, and is not waiting for somebody else to give you the pleasure, because that is one of the teachings that has been the most harmful. We women have learned that we need to receive pleasure from somebody else or from something outside of our bodies. So we're waiting for our partner to please us in bed, and then we're frustrated because they can't, because it's never enough, because they don't know how to, because and we start living this sense of frustration. So how wonderful and empowering it is to just take the egg and be your own provider of pleasure. And that was maybe the most powerful thing that I have ever done for myself, recognizing that I was sovereign, that my sexuality was, I call this sexual sovereignty. So yeah. I am sovereign. I am the ruler of my body, of my pleasure. I can create pleasure. I can move pleasure. I can move it through my body. I can use it and store that energy, and I can use it to heal, and I can use it to just feel alive and connected in the present moment. And that is what the JTAG does for me, and it can do for everybody that uses this consciously in a practice, in a well-established practice.
Beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. So using the JTAG as a tool to resource or access our own pleasure and have sovereignty over our pleasure, not dependent, realizing that pleasure comes from us rather than something external. That's so empowering, so amazing, beautiful.
And that's the same approach that we start having with everything in life, right? When we recognize that we are sovereign of our body and of our pleasure, somehow it's like, okay, and I can make my dreams come true, and I don't need somebody to come and grant me permission to live my dreams. And I don't need somebody to support me, to give me food and shelter, when I can be the one who creates that and more. So it makes you be really, really, really empowered, because you are taking this forward energy of the heart that goes and takes and creates its dreams. And you are having this energy of the pussy that attracts the desires and seduces life into manifesting.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh, that's so amazing. Wonderful. Oh, gives me chills just to think about it. Beautiful. So before we wrap up, please, if you have anything else to add that you would like to share with the people that are watching or listening.
Thank you. So, yeah. For me, this has been a journey, a life-changing journey, and it's one that I really want to share with everybody that allows me to do so. I came from being a woman that was sexually frustrated, that was angry and resented, because just as I was sexually frustrated, I was also frustrated in life, because I was not living the life that I wanted. I was not feeling alive or feeling comfortable in my skin. I know what this disconnection feels like. I lived it for so long. I lived this disconnection, and I could feel where it was taking me. It was taking me to a path of feeling angry, of feeling like giving up. And to people that feel that way, that are feeling disconnected as well, I want to tell you, there's a way back. We can create this connection. We can create this beautiful bridge. There are ways to do it. I am working on a process that it's called Unbroken, where I actually teach this to women. I teach them how to reconnect. It's coaching. It's very personalized according to people's needs and requirements. And then we explore how to bring these two parts of ourselves back together, to reconnect. And the same happens with men. Men also learn how to disconnect their hearts and their dicks. They really feel afraid of that connection as well.
Yeah.
And they are more afraid of the power of their heart, just as we are afraid of the power of our pussy. So the message here is we can create this bridge together. There are ways to do it. And the most beautiful part is that this journey is a journey of pleasure. We are used to healing through pain and suffering, but the truth is that for one spoon of pain, we can have 2 or 3 of pleasure. And that is what these practices are all about. And if you want me to share them with you, I would be so happy to do that.
Oh, beautiful. That's amazing. I love that. Journey through pleasure, or journey of pleasure rather than pain or suffering. That's beautiful. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We were joined by Sasha Cueto. For more information about her programs, her coaching work, and everything, all of her content and offerings, please look at the web link provided in the comment section below. And thank you so much, and looking forward to witnessing your journey going forward.
Thank you so much for this interview. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.